What's up, everybody? Alice hype, Alice hype, Alice hype AF. I gotta be perfectly honest with you guys. I just watched Adis's video that they released, showcasing a little bit of what dear Alice here can do. I gotta say, your boy's impressed. That's hard to do. It's hard to do after two limited banners with UR arcs. It's really hard to get me interested. But I gotta say, Alice has been growing on me a little bit, especially after seeing some of the nifty things she can do. We are talking, of course, about Prince Roland, little side piece, his little snow bunny and fleece, Alice, right? He knew Kyle was going to hook up with Theria, so he was like, you know what, let me just make a clone of that. We'll keep her in the castle. So, it seems like Alice has taken Roland's side, though. I mean, shit. She was pretty much the one that kept Roland from getting his head blown off by little axe-wielding Lily and all her badassness. So, even right now, while I make this video, Alice and Allie, or Lily and Alice are in some sort of nether space, fighting between universes, and that's pretty much what's going on in the storyline so far. So kind of makes sense that they would release Alice. Pretty decently cool looking character. When I actually saw what they were advertising, how Alice looks, she looks pretty cool. Now, when I actually started seeing her skill kit being used, that's when your boy started getting interesting, because this seems to me to be the closest thing to a Nier Automata collab that we are going to get. That's right. This girl busts out with a rocket launcher shoulder pad. I don't know where she's hiding them, but her skill kit is awesome. She's got all that good stuff that you like from running the, what is that thing called? The MK-23, whatever that little robot is that shoots missiles and makes force fields. Well, Alice is like the badass SSR version of that. She shoots a bunch of missiles. She just looks pretty damn awesome. Her skill kit looks really, really promising. And then she has Slayer mode. She has these different modes. Now, they didn't get into detail, or maybe I missed it just because I was so damn excited. The Slayer mode, she activates it. There seems to be a few different modes that she can activate, and it does seem to give her some pretty crazy effing abilities. One of them was like Sharp Eyes on Crack. You're going to get like plus 35 to your damage, 35% to your damage at the cost of like some life. But remember, this girl can also have Proud Force, so she can be healing some of that stuff up too. We're just going to have to see how it goes. And I don't know if she has some crazy support abilities that work like charismas that kind of help the whole party, or if her different modes are simply for her. But I saw some damn interesting things in there. And one of the things that I saw that I just thought was absolutely crucial for a character design like this at this point in the game, well, there was two things. The first one, it appears, is that she does have ultimate boost to 30% more to your S4, your ultimate. That is pretty awesome. But I do think I saw something that actually gives her SCT charge for her S4. So the way that I was looking at it, it looks like this girl can charge up her S4 very quickly. We're going to have to see when she drops. I expect something along the lines of what Loga does, right? Because when you are talking about a purely skill-based character, it's kind of not fair unless they can actually take advantage of their full skill kit. It's kind of not fair, right? Loga can drop his S4 all the time. It gives him a large skill kit to work with, right? There's other characters that are skill-based characters, and they're going to rely on their S1 through their S3. You might only get their S4 when you're actually at a boss fight, and you can use it to help you cheese through like a threshold or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from her. I'm expecting this girl to be able to charge her S4 up fairly quickly, and I expect for it to do great damage. She does appear to have good crowd control. She's going to be able to do airborne damage. She's going to be able to stun people, throw them around. It all looks very promising. And I'm sure she gets some sort of innate bonus to fighting against machines. I know she has a equipped machine. She also seems to get a bonus to Slayers. Now, I could be misreading some of this stuff. I did try to watch it a few times, and I tried to grasp whatever I could off the screen. All of this is subject to change, but it was enough. It was enough to get me excited. Girl definitely looks cool. So something for us to keep our eyes out for. Now, of course, they would have to drop a very interesting character to get people interested right now, because we all know Christmas is around the corner. We all know it. There's going to be UR arc. There's probably going to be a whole lot going on. So it is a tough choice. It really, really, really is. I just might have to see if I can scrounge up some pulls. And I would just be so damn happy just to get this character on this one. Just to run her around, just really check her out. She does do light damage, is what I was led to believe. She does do light damage. So that actually means that she can run quite very well with Lily and with Roland. So that would be a very interesting party, especially if you have the UR arc for Lily, which increases everybody's light and dark damage. And if this girl's doing a bunch of light damage, that UR arc will power her up, and Lily and Roland at the same time, and just take their damage to a whole nother level. And that is simply one arc, right? That's Lily's UR arc that's going to power up light and dark. So with that arc, you could probably run a pretty gnarly ass party with Alice here, maybe Lily, either one of the Lilies, Lily 1.0 or 2.0, it's not going to matter. And Prince Roland as just an amazing tank, healer support, maybe even DPS. It all depends on how you want to set him up. But I think it would be a very gnarly party. And of course, it's kind of funny they make like this party of characters that are at each other's throat in the storyline. But when you actually get the characters and run them together, it's like they were meant to be. So we're going to have to see how this one goes. But I am excited. She definitely looks cool. I loved the whole Nier Automata thing. I totally dig it that this girl's like an android. And as soon as I saw rocket packs on her shoulders, I was like, oh snap. That is just wicked. That is cool. That is unique. And I kind of dig her. So we're going to have to see. But at least Last Cloudia has managed to come up with something to tickle my pickle at least a little bit before Christmas. So this is cool. This is cool. We get a cool character on a banner. She is going to be on a Descendant of Hero Festival limited unit. Unfortunately, I don't think the arc is limited though, right? Because we've correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but we've had Hero Festival limited characters dropped with non-limited arcs, if I do recall correctly. So you can only pull the hero from the limited gacha, but you can get the arc anytime later down the road. I do believe we've had that a couple of times. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. I really don't know what Killing Machines does. It looks cool, right? But eye on the prize for this one. I just want the character. I just think she looks cool. You know, for collector's sake, for whatever's sake, for Nier Automata's sake. Because this is probably the closest Last Cloudia is going to get to some Nier goodness. So, wishful thinking, wishful hoping, right? Hopefully luck will be on all of our side. So yeah, your boy's excited. I can't wait to actually see how this pops off. Hopefully there will be a step-up banner. And hopefully for once, hopefully that step-up banner actually works out for me instead of just giving me more blues than I can count. Or better yet, maybe, just maybe, my daily pull will pay off and I won't even have to mess with any step up. But what are you going to do? We're going to roll the dice for sure. She is going to be on a banner for 2 weeks. So I do believe it was for 2 weeks. It's pretty much from like the 10th to the very end of this month. Or close to it. So we do have some time. I am going to make the warning right now. The smart thing to do would probably be to skip this girl and wait for Christmas. So if anybody is going to pull on this girl, my official advice is, hey, try your luck. She is definitely a sweet looking character. But don't go balls to the wall crazy, because we know how Last Cloudia is about, you know, sneaking up banners that are just better than the last, and you have to run to the bank and go get them your money. We know Christmas is right around the corner. Okay, we know there's going to be some sort of crazy UR arc. We know that this banner isn't it. I'm just being real with you guys. A lot of people are probably just going to want to skip this banner, or they're going to be forced to skip this banner because the last 2 banners have just been effing brutal. I mean, I am not seeing that many Lily 2.0s on my list. And I've actually talked to a few people that got lucky and pulled the UR arc. And they did the same thing that I was going to do, is just run Lily 1.0. Really, I had to get Lily 2.0 for the cosmetic fact that she just looks different. But man, Lily 1.0 will get the damn job done. Especially if you have light and dark mega boost on her, which is what the UR arc gives. That's an extra 30% to light or dark damage. And that is just a skill that you can earn on top of the buff that you can actually activate from the arc itself. So if you have that arc, you don't need Lily 2.0. And I said that as soon as I got the arc. But I went ahead and got her because I like looking at her. I'm not going to lie. But for most gamers, this next banner that's going to be coming out, it is going to be pull candy. I'm just going to call it right now. But it is some damn good pull candy. And the video that Adis dropped today, when they were actually kind of breaking this girl down a little bit, showing off her skill kit and just how damn skippy it was, and actually showing that, you know, she's going to get a reduced S4 cooldown time. I would be very happy with this girl, with all these abilities that she has, this new Slayer mode. And it's not the newest thing to us. We kind of know how these modes somewhat function. Guys, remember Rem? Yeah, remember Rem? She's still around. She has a transformation. So I'm thinking that this girl's psycho mode, or whatever the hell you want to call it, Slayer mode, I'm thinking it's going to be somewhat of a transformation just like Rem does. And that could potentially be a pretty awesome combo too, right? If you don't mind the light damage. So we're going to have to see. But I'm definitely excited to say the least. At least, I mean, hey, it might be a cash grab. It might be a cash grab banner. But it's a good one, right? It's at least worth looking at. And hopefully, you know, we will see some Alice's on the friends list. Hopefully. I know that's going to be tough because there's probably only a few Lilies on my friends list. If I want to run the new Lily 2.0, I have to actually scroll past all of my friends and just find some random Lily down there that somebody has. So, I mean, if only 2 people off of my friends list manage to put up a Lily, I mean, that's slim pickings right there. So I wouldn't expect anything less from this girl, right? She is going to be probably hard to come across. And honestly, personally, I don't know if they should have made this girl limited. I really don't. You know, but I kind of get it, because during these times, between Christmas and 2 back-to-back UR arc banners with limited characters on them, if they made this girl non-limited, nobody would pull for her right now, and they would just save everything for Christmas, and then they would probably pull her as an off banner while doing their Christmas pull. So that's probably what Adis is thinking. That's why they made her limited. You know, I don't expect to see more Alice's out there than I do Lily 2.0. But you know, it is what it is. Part of me is just saying, hey, if you got Ray, just be effing happy, right? Because I am. For anybody wondering, Ray is that guy right now. He is Stormtrooper extraordinaire. A few different YouTubers and players that I've talked to just pretty much have confirmed that he's an amazing character. Big MCC's been running him. He says he's just absolutely thrilled with him. Ray is a monster. He just takes up so much size on the screen that when he does his attack, he literally hits just everything on the damn screen anyway, and he has such a nice fluid combo. It's kind of hard to interrupt. He's just a great shock trooper through and through. So a lot of people are still having fun with Ray right now, as they should be. And I'm still actually working on mine. So, I mean, a character like this could kind of gunk up the works a little bit because you're spreading yourself thin. But for me, honestly, I really just want to check this girl out, see what she's all about, see what fun little stuff you can do with her. Could she be a cheese queen? I don't know. This girl could be a cheese queen. She has some kind of unique ability. Who knows, right? If you set this girl up right and you use her abilities, she could cheese some crazy shit. Who knows? Like I said, I did see some bonuses that she gets to Killers and Slayers, I believe. We're going to have to see. We're definitely going to have to see. But when I first saw this girl, I just thought she was just going to have some crazy super high Machine Slayer. And maybe like an extra 100% to Machine Slayer and Killer. Because she, well, she's an artificial life form. Now, they haven't exactly clarified. Obviously, since she's pulling shoulder rocket pads out of thin air, then she's obviously, you know, part cybernetic, she's part robot, something. I just figured she was going to be a really, really good machine killer. But the more I look into it, the more I realize she's just a really, really badass machine. And she might just be, let me just make sure that I'm saying this thing's name right. She might be the actual character version of the DXR MK02. She might actually be the character, the SSR character version of this thing. They do have some similar rockets, and those rockets are cool. I've ran this thing, this little spider robot. It is definitely cool. It does get a high combo hit count. It does that little force field thing. It interrupts people and kind of pulls them in, and it has the same missiles and rockets. The rockets I always thought were cool because they do some kind of AoE thing. And hey, I'm sure they're even better on Alice, right? So, in fact, that would probably be a pretty cool party, running Alice with the DXR MK2, getting crazy hit combos. Don't ever get between a girl and her robotic spider. So we're going to have to see. We're definitely going to have to see. But, you know, at least it's not something boring. At least it is something that got me a little bit excited. I don't know about you. I don't know what you guys think about Alice. Leave me a comment. Let me know. I mean, whether you're going to pull for her or not, set that aside. Let's just talk about character design, what her kit looks like, and let me know. Let me know what you think. Right? Even if you're not going to pull for her, which is a very reasonable way of looking at this. Don't pull for this girl because Christmas is right around the corner. I'm going to back that. That is the smart thing to do, right? But let me know what you guys think about Alice's character design. And if you think she's worth the pull candy or not. Did Adis hit it out the park with their pull candy banner? Or does Adis need to go back to the drawing board and you think nobody's going to pull on Alice at all just because of how brutal everything is right now with resources? So I'm honestly curious to know. I think Adis will be too. So like I said, guys, Alice hype. If you haven't seen it, go check out the video that Adis just put up. I think it got put up like an hour or two ago, and they're pretty much just talking about Alice, right, and some other stuff too. I'm not going to get into like co-op play. I'm not going to talk about that, and we're not going to talk about that until it's actually out. and I can actually dick around with it and see what it's all about. But I will go on record saying co-op playing any of these gachas is just a phenomenally awesome idea. If they can pull it off right. Let's hope that they can. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that until we actually get some sort of game mode. And it's about time, right? I mean, you see other gachas upgrading. I just did a video, like, 1 or 2 days ago, about how Landgrisser put in a new game mode, which is just effing awesome. You sail the high seas. It's fundamentally different because you piece together the characters that you want. You can give them abilities that they would never otherwise have in the game. And you could just make your own freaking monster of a character to do whatever you want with. It's been really fun, really addictive. And that's the type of, thing that you want when you come out with a new game mode, right? You're rejuvenating an aged game. So I think it's Adis's turn to step up to the plate. They are going to have to do a little bit of rejuvenation, right? They're going to have to give us some sort of new game mode. And while we're talking about co-op, while we're mentioning co-op, why don't we have a guild system, right? I mean, why don't we have Last Cloudia guilds? That would probably help people organize a little bit and find people to actually run co-op with, so you're not running co-op with some stranger that's bringing crap characters. Lord knows that happens from time to time. So that's pretty cool. Them just talking about co-op here and there, that gives me hope for a guild. Obviously, there will be a Mobile Gamers Unite guild if that is all possible in Last Cloudia. I will let you guys know as soon as we find anything out about that. But for now, just hyped about Alice, and we'll have to see how it plays out in the next couple of days. And you guys, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Some tempting pull candy, to say the least. At least that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Peace, everybody.